What up, everybody? I'm Tyler with the Hospitality Project. We are here to save the art of hospitality, and today we have none other than Rockstore's very own Cameron Lee with us today. What up, Cameron?
Yes, sir. What's good?
What is up, dude?
Not much, dude.
Thanks for being on
Just
today.
vibing. Of course.
I appreciate it, man. So let's hop right into it, dude. Like, give us a brief journey of Cameron's life to where you are now.
Dude, well, as you know, I'm a cook here at the Rockstore.
Yeah.
It is a beautiful place out here. I grew up in a very, very heavily populated city. I hail from Portland, Oregon.
Ooh.
That's where I was born and raised.
Yeah.
It's an interesting place, you know.
It is.
Coming up from being in like a city where you can't even go to a Walmart and walk around. You know, there's so many people there. To coming out here, like,
Having so much space.
yeah, it's mind blowing. You know. You know, I've been cooking my whole life. I started cooking when I was 15, 16 years old. Got my first job at a Taco Bell. And it was pretty dope. I mean, I worked there for a long time. Met a lot of really interesting people. Met a lot of really cool people. I still got people who are still my friends now to this day. And I kind of moved on. You know, I've been doing food kind of the whole time. Even after that, it's just kind of my gig, dude. Hospitality's my thing.
Yeah.
I love people. I love serving people. I love the food. I don't know. It's a crazy experience being out here, though.
Hell yeah,
Going
dude.
back to that, that's man. Oh my lord, man.
What's the biggest difference between here and Portland?
When I first moved here, and I don't know if you remember this, but a lot of people who work here remember this.
Yeah.
When I first moved here, I complained about the Walmarts. When I first moved here, I said, you know, like, I walked into the store and people are waving at me. I'm like, why are you waving at me, man? Like, leave me alone. You know, don't look at me.
That's awesome.
You know, where I come from, it's, I mean, everybody's so mindless.
In their
I
own
mean,
head.
like, it's crazy sitting, you know, on a bench on the side of the road somewhere and watching the people, like, do their own thing. It's actually insane. And I know that sounds weird, but,
Yeah.
you know, in the bigger cities,
You can hear everything in these microphones.
it's just insane, you know what I mean? People just, like, every person's living their own life, and watching them walk around and you know, not even understand what's going on around them, you know, like I said, you know, the homeless is so bad down there. So when you go, like, downtown, when you go to places like that, you know, there's people, like, doing drugs right there in front of you. And these people are in, like, suits going to a job at a bank, just walking right past it.
Yeah.
Don't even notice, dude. It's mind-blowing.
Yeah.
But the biggest difference
Yeah.
is the change in, like, you know, oddly enough, the change in hospitality is probably the biggest difference I've noticed. And I don't mean like in a restaurant hospitality, you know. I don't mean that like oh, this dude, you know, gave me food and it was great. I mean more like anywhere
Yeah,
you go.
just broad spectrum hospitality. Like
Anybody,
people are
yeah.
just nicer in general.
Of course, yeah. Anybody you meet, you know,
Yeah.
everybody's nice, everybody's, you know, they make it feel like home.
That's cool. That's really
For
cool.
sure, in Portland's not like that. I'll tell you
Yeah.
that.
Would you say Taco Bell was kind of your first break into the restaurant hospitality world, like that kind of piece? Or where would you say, like, where did your interest come for food and the hospitality industry?
Taco Bell was not my introduction into hospitality for sure.
I didn't think it would be.
Yeah,
but-
no, not at all. It was definitely my introduction into speed.
Okay.
It was not my introduction into cooking or hospitality.
Okay.
Those two things were completely out the window. It's
Yeah.
neither of those there.
Okay.
But it taught me how to live in a stressful environment, how to thrive in a chaotic environment, you know.
Sure.
Where my hospitality stems from is just kind of where I come from, you know, like I come from a big Mexican family.
Yeah.
You know, we all get together, you know, all the time every year for big, huge, you know, events and parties and
Fiestas,
things. And
parties, and
yeah, so
Yeah.
I kind of think that's where my you know, everybody cooks in my family. Everybody does. I mean, you know, so I've just learned a lot over the years, and I can just never steer away from it. You know, I've tried manual labor. I hate it. I hate it so much.
funny.
But
No construction for Cameron, though.
nope. I tried Home Depot for 2 weeks, dog. Didn't
That's
last.
okay, dude. Hey, you gotta know your place in the world, man.
It didn't last, man. It didn't last.
What does hospitality mean to you, as a whole?
Man, as a whole, I think it has a lot to do with how you humble yourself.
Interesting. Okay. Expand more on that.
When you walk into a room and you kind of just think you're the shit, and you're walking up to a table like, yeah, I cooked your food, dog. How is it? It's great, isn't it? Like, you wouldn't want that, would you?
No.
You know what I mean? So, like, to me, it really matters about how much you take yourself down a notch and realize, like, you know, you don't have to be, you know, the best cook ever. You don't have to be the best server ever. You don't have to pour the best beers. You don't have to have the best restaurant. All you have to really do is connect with the person that, you know, you're serving. Like, you're serving them food or you're serving them drinks, whatever. It's more about how you connect with the person.
Yeah.
So, like, as you can see a lot, if anybody's been to this store, you can see how I walk around. I know everyone. Even if I don't know you, I know you. You know what I mean? And it's just kind of like making everyone feel a part.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like a lot of places lack that. So hospitality for me is just kind of everybody's family to me. You know what I mean? Everybody's a friend. Everybody's somebody I can help with something, or somebody I can, you know, gain experience from. Anything like that. I think that's more of what it means. I don't think it's about what you serve or what you do. I think it's about the way you treat people. You know.
Amen to that. That's exactly what this podcast is about. It's not. Most people, when you think hospitality, it's like a restaurant.
Exactly.
Or a hotel, or, you know, something along those lines. But it's what you just spoke to right there. It's not by any means. It's the experience that you give to somebody, and that can be in any industry, right? Real estate, construction,
Anything.
everything. It can be how you treat the guest, how you treat the client, how you like you said, you could not build the best burger, you could not have the best steak on the planet, but that guest will leave there feeling like you have the best steak on the planet because you took care of them.
Yeah, and it's more about, you know, the way we look at it. I'm not looking for people to absolutely love every experience they have here, but I'm more looking for them to come back.
Yeah.
You know, that's the biggest part. It's not about, you know, you're not going to be able to nail every single experience every single time. You're going to have screw-ups. You're going to make mistakes, you know what I mean? Just like, same with the food.
Yep.
People are going to order this elaborate stuff. You're going to make a mistake, you know what I mean? But that's not what it's about. It's about, are they going to come back after you made that mistake? Did you make it right? Did you humble yourself and understand you made a mistake? You did something wrong. So man up, own up to it. Go out there. Hey, man, I'm really sorry I screwed up your order. I'm really sorry I screwed up. Can I make it better for you?
Yeah.
That's it.
Perfect.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And a lot of people miss that. I feel like
too.
when they screw up, it's just like, oh, I screwed up. Oh, I'm, you know, the worst person
Woe
on the
is me,
planet.
victim, yeah.
Just humble yourself. Go out there, admit you made a mistake. I do it, you know, and I do it at my job.
Yeah.
I make a mistake. You call me out. Hey, man, you made a mistake. All right, dog. You know, my fault. I'll work on it. Don't do it again.
No, I love that. I
Exactly.
think that's great. I think that's a really good mindset to have. Obviously, it's why you're here, right? Hell yeah, dude. That's really cool, man. So take us back to like Taco Bell. Like, why was Taco Bell interesting to you? Like, why'd you stay at Taco Bell for so long?
I don't know. I don't
There's
know
gotta
why
be
I
something.
stayed there.
There's gotta be something that kept you there.
I think what kept me there was just I grew up in a really chaotic environment. Really
Okay.
just, you know, my parents were yelling at each other all the time. You know, yelling at me all the time. So it just like, I don't know, just, you know, being there kind of made me feel at home in my head, you know.
Okay.
I thrive in that. You can ask
Yeah.
anybody I work with, you know, it's my thing, dude. I just love being thrown in, say swim or drown, you know.
So obviously you worked through the ranks a little bit at Taco Bell. Like, what did you end up doing like before you got out?
So I left around COVID.
Okay.
COVID was kind of what pushed me out of my job, kind of pushed me to go further. I felt I was really trapped, you know, once I'd been there for so long. But I started as a cook. I was a cook for a while. I mean, like 2 years. They loved me. My manager loved me. They wanted to promote me several times, but I kept saying no. You know, I was only 17. I didn't.
Young to know.
I didn't know what I was doing.
Never planned.
I didn't really care if I made more money, so it didn't really, you know, affect me too much in that aspect. But after a while, you know, right when I turned 18, they finally were like, all right, like,
It's time to die.
so I became a shift leader for a while. That was really cool. getting the experience of learning, money and more about more stuff that I could learn, because it was just kind of feeling like, I was in the same position for so long. It just dragged.
You knew
man.
it too well, basically.
And then I was a shift leader for about 3 months, and my general manager walked out on the job. And he took his whole crew with him.
Damn.
So the district manager came in and was just like, hey, man, like,
You're the only one left.
I guess you're going to be the boss now, dog. So it was a really, really horrible, horrible introduction into being in management. And it actually taught me a lot, having to learn so fast. And it actually taught me pretty much everything I know today. So I appreciate it, but man, that first year was rough. I
bet, dude.
And then after a while, other stores kind of started falling apart within our company.
Okay.
A lot of people started to leave, and a lot of people started to go, blah, blah. And so my district manager asked me if I wanted to, kind of start helping around at other places, and I kind of just turned into helping there all the time. And then they're like, hey, man, like, we'd like to pay a lot of money to go and help flip some stores. So I would go to different Taco Bells, and I would hire and fire pretty much the entire crew.
Yeah.
And I would go and rebuild the store from the bottom, help, create new policies and procedures, help do all the things that you need to keep a restaurant running. And I ended up doing that for about a year. And then I ended up leaving there right the year COVID hit. So probably about 2 months after COVID hitting.
What was the big reason for the leave?
I don't know, man. Just one day I was at work and it kind of just hit me. I was like, man, I do not want to be here for the next 10 years. It didn't suck, but it was just like,
you didn't see yourself. It was you were building someone else's dream.
I was terrified. Yeah. I was absolutely terrified that I was going to be the guy that was here for 15 years. I can't do it, man. I had to go. So I think after that, I moved on, and I did some other fast food and stuff.
Yeah, sure.
But the main reason for the Taco Bell thing was, it was a lot. It was a lot of work.
What was the biggest lesson that you learned from that, like being thrown into the fire like that? On the other side.
It goes back actually to that hospitality aspect, being humble. I learned very fast that no matter how much I do or how much I try, I'm never going to be like the best person in the room. And I tried so hard to be doing that job, and it kind of taught me afterwards to like, all right, like,
chill out a little bit.
Yeah, it really, really taught me a sense of like self-awareness and to be aware around the people around me. You know what I mean? Yeah. It really taught me. It really, really taught me how I should be acting around other people, for sure.
Obviously, you were in a position of leadership. Like, how did you inspire your team? How did you get them through some of those tough times? Maybe?
And there's a lot of tough times there, man. It's every day. The hardest part about working in a restaurant like that is actually being able to keep people there.
Yeah.
Because, every person there is on the verge of quitting.
Yeah.
Everybody. You talk to the cook, you talk to the cashier, they're like, yeah, dude, I'm already looking for a new job. And they've been there for 2 months, you know what I mean? So it was really about kind of the same thing I do here. Making it feel like home, if you've ever been around me, if anybody out there has ever been around me, I create a different type of environment. I try not to make it feel like work too much. And I know that can kind of take away from the efficiency aspect, but it also adds to the culture, man. I mean, who the hell wants to go into work and just drag their feet all day and go home and be like, man, I hate my job. Like, I haven't done that in a year, and I don't think I'll ever do it again, because that sucked, man. So, just being able to encourage people, like, I got it to a point with my crew where anybody I would call, they'd come in, and it wasn't because of the job, it's because of who they worked with. Yeah. And that's the hardest aspect, is creating a culture, creating that environment. That's the food out the window, dude. I don't care about the food.
Let's talk about.
I care about making people come back.
Yeah.
And so I ended up getting a whole crew to stay a year, and I was really proud of that before anybody quit.
So that's awesome. That's huge in an industry like that. I mean, I worked at my my chain experience was working at Five Guys, right? And it's the same thing. Like, you can't change the food, obviously. Like, the food is the food, which Five Guys said, decent food. The systems are the systems. And so the only thing that you could change in that environment was how the culture felt, right? Like, working with the manager, working with the team, working with, like, was it fun to come into work every day? Did you want to leave and jump off a bridge somewhere? Like,
Exactly.
what was the environment like? And so that's super cool that you were able to do that in an environment like that.
It's impossible to have an efficient work environment if your workers aren't happy or your coworkers. It's impossible.
I agree.
There's no possible way. Good luck.
And hospitality goes both ways in that sense, right?
Exactly.
Like, you can be hospitable to your own teammates, and like being able to build that culture of, like, hey, we're here to get shit done, but we're also here to have fun.
Yeah. I call myself the personality hire. And I think that goes a lot further than just what people think. People imagine, a dude who's really, really shit at his job, but also, like, you can't fire him because he's, like, cool, you know what I mean? But I take that further. The personality hire isn't about that.
Yeah.
You have to be able to be the person that no matter how much you get dogged on or how much you get messed with or how much, stress is around you, you have to still be the guy that can just be like, laughing and making jokes, and like it changes everything, man. Yeah, you gotta have a personality hire. I may not be useful everywhere, but god damn it, am I useful when it comes to being down, know what I mean?
The comedic relief.
Exactly.
In times of stress and need.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, that's incredible, man.
Yeah.
And I will say that you've definitely been that for us here, too.
For sure.
It's fun to have somebody that comes into work and is always in a good mood and
hell yeah, ready
to work and cracking jokes the second you walk in, dude. It's legit.
Yeah, that's me.
It's legit.
You'll hear my laugh from a mile away.
I can hear it from my house. Yeah.
Good.
I hear it in my dreams. Yeah,
good.
It's great.
You wish you were me, dog.
It's a contagious laugh, dude. That's awesome. That's awesome. Heck yeah. Well, what does Cameron want to do? Like, what does Cameron's life look like from here, man?
Well, this coming fall season, I'm looking to go back to college.
Yeah.
I want to go back to school and get more into business and marketing, kind of learning the number side of everything and learning how to construct my own business rather than how to run my own business, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You kind of have to start from the drawing board. You can't really you can't run a business if you don't have one to run. You know what I mean? So
Amen.
learning how to construct one, learning the ins and outs. I do not want to go into owning my own business blind. The weird part is I've never wanted to own my own restaurant.
It's a very tough industry to be in.
I've never really felt the need.
Yeah.
I've always kind of wanted to do something unique, do my own thing. So as far as where it goes, I don't know. You know what I mean? Definitely, I take it one step at a time because I feel like if I take it, too far, I'll fail very quickly.
Yeah, you're gonna fail.
But, like you're gonna fail regardless.
You're gonna fail regardless, brother.
But no, I really would love to own my own type of food business, doing something, whether it's, supplying people with stuff or running a food truck or doing something like that. I'd love to. But you kind of have to start from the beginning, and even if it's not running a food truck, even if it's working here or working, anywhere.
That experience.
Exactly. That knowledge is just priceless. You know what I mean? That knowledge of business is priceless.
Yeah, it really is. I kind of did it backwards, right? Like, I didn't really have any traditional jobs. Kind of growing up, it was just a little construction here and there in high school, and then I went to college for a brief year. I worked at Winco throwing freight. Hated that job. Went and worked at Five Guys. I only worked there for about 8 months before I came home and started my own thing, right?
Yeah.
Started doing the pretzels, and so I kind of did it backwards.
Yeah.
And, so it took me a lot longer to get my feet underneath me when it came to, like, what I had to learn, like not coming from corporate companies where they already have the systems in place, We kind of built it from a culture standpoint.
Yeah.
Versus, and so very chaotic, right? Like, it can be very chaotic at times, and it's taken 10 years just to get here, right? So someone like you who's started in that industry and then eventually will transition into having your own thing, you already have all the systems and knowledge in place, and so, like, you can just hop in day one and crush it.
Yeah, and I didn't do it traditional either.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people go to school way earlier.
They do.
A lot of people, you know, do a lot of things earlier, but you know, life doesn't work out that way all the time.
Oh, no, it doesn't.
And I don't think doing it the traditional way is the way either. You know,
not.
doing it unique is kind of the way to go. I mean, you know, you see so many businesses fail because they try so hard to be a McDonald's when they're starting out as a mom and pop shop.
The
It's
little shack
not
on the
gonna
corner.
work that way, man. You really gotta step by step, slowing it down. You know, like you can't expect to have the best burger if no one's even tried it. You know what I mean? It's impossible. It's you know, it's so just being able to realize that is really, really important for sure.
Awesome, man. What are some tips you can give to people in like your type of position, like coming up through ranks, and like what would you give them for like hospitality notes? Like how would you help them better their career in hospitality?
You know, what we just talked about a little bit ago was about the being hospitable to your people instead of only focusing on being hospitable to other people. You know, where that tags in is if a customer walks through your store, your restaurant, wherever the hell you work, and they hear the cooks in the back saying, fuck this job, I hate this job, I hate my boss, I hate my coworkers, you know, screw you. Like, if they hear that, what kind of... And then you walk out and you're like, here's your food, I love you.
Yeah, think consistent.
You just canceled out your entire... You just made yourself look like shit, man.
Yeah.
You know, so
100%.
being able to be the same way all the way around. And, you know, no matter how people look at me, you know, the way I talk, the things I say to people, sure, it might be outlandish, but I'll say that to you. I'll say that to you. I'll say that to my coworker. And that's about being real. It's about being who I am. You know, and I've told you this from day one, I will not be myself.
Yeah.
If you're going to fire me for being myself, go ahead, man. But I refuse to put my personality in the dumpster just to work at some... It doesn't work that way, you know.
Amen to that.
So, you know, treating your people the best you possibly can is your... That's the biggest tip. If you're gonna be a manager somewhere, or you're even gonna be a cook, don't go in there as an asshole, man. You know, it never works out for anybody. You know, so I just really encourage everybody to be themselves. And I know that's really stupid and cliche or whatever. I know that sounds stupid, but it's true.
It is, man.
It's really true. It gets you a really, really long way for you to be authentic.
Yeah, just to be real.
Exactly. And, you know, if you're real and you're good at what you do,
Money, dude.
money, man.
Money.
Money, you know, and just be open.
Yeah.
You know, don't be afraid to speak up when something's wrong. I mean, you've had these conversations multiple times. If you've got a problem with somebody, go tell them, you know.
Yeah.
Have that conversation with your people, you know. It's important to be real with your personality and real with your work.
Yeah. In
Just
any
be
position.
real.
Yeah. Managers to owners to bosses to the fry cook that just got hired. You know?
Exactly.
Like it's the same experience all the way across the board.
Yeah, and it's not about, you know, you don't got to go up to them and just be, you know, mean or just be an asshole all the time. You know, you can go up to somebody. Remember that we're human. Don't forget that, guys. Like, the guy who's making $14 an hour is still the same as the dude who's making 25. Like, it does not matter. Like, so, you know, remembering, going back to the humble yourself, admit you made a mistake, or admit that they made a mistake, and have a conversation. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be an argument. It doesn't have to escalate. It doesn't have to, you know, be yourself. Go up to someone and say, hey, man, that really pissed me off. You really kind of grinded my gears there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're like, all right, like, let's fix it. So
I like that.
solve your problems, dog.
That's
Don't
it.
let them boil. It's going to get worse. Promise. Had it with my boss. I've had it with everybody.
Yeah.
Don't do it. Don't do it, man.
Yeah, man. Like it's holding that anger in, holding that everything else in is just not. It's not good, right? Like it's and this thing that we try to push here at the store, right, is that authentic piece, that realness to it, right? Where anybody, it doesn't matter if you just got hired yesterday or if you've been here for 15 years, like you can still come up to anybody in the company, it doesn't matter what position you're in, and be like, hey, I have this issue.
Mm-hmm.
Can we solve it together?
Yeah,
You know?
exactly. Me and you have learned that together.
Yeah.
You know, I've had a problem in the past. I brought it up to you. We
Yeah.
talked about it, and
Yeah.
here we are. We're not screaming at each other, punching each other in the face.
No, yeah, we can after this. Yeah,
If you we include that in the podcast.
yeah, just a little street beefs.
Street beefs.
Oh yeah, man. No, that's cool. That's really valuable advice. I think a lot of people can really take that home, and it's definitely interesting, unique to hear from somebody in your like perspective, like coming up through like been to Taco Bell, been at other fast food places, like just coming up from those types of ranks to be like, hey, like, dude, it's the same. You can crush it.
Yeah,
Here's how
man.
you can do it. So.
I mean, it's also in that aspect of coming from a different place. I mean, I'm very different from everybody here, and I don't mean that in a bad way. You know what I mean? We all come from different places and learn different things, but coming from that, like...
You came from the strangest place on planet, dude.
I really did. I came from the weirdest place on earth, out into the middle of nowhere, and started working somewhere out in the desert.
Yeah.
And I never thought it would blossom into what it is now, you know.
2 more. Top 3.
Be yourself, be humble, be smile.
Smiling.
Smile, man.
Okay.
You know, I think one of the rarest things you'll ever see in a cooking environment is people smiling.
That's
I know that sounds crazy, but you go to a lot of other places and everybody's in a bad mood. So really being able to keep that that hospitality aspect, being able to be the hospitality and not just give the hospitality, is really important, showing your heart in what you do and really putting your soul into your food and your soul into what you do, you know what I mean? It's sometimes when you work at a place like this, it's not just a job, you know what I mean? It's a lifestyle. I mean, I'm here all the time even when I'm not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Me too.
yeah.
I think we all sleep.
We live here, man.
We all do.
But, this work we're putting in now, and I know you've done, obviously a lot more, but this work that I'm putting in, that our coworkers are putting in, that our employees are putting in, that you're putting in, is going to pay off tremendously. And not just for the wallet, but also for, we'll stress now, but in a couple of years, it's going to be smooth sailing.
I like to call it social currency, right? Like we're building that repertoire with our guests and with our team and with everyone around us, that like we're a place that really gives a shit in a sense, right?
Yeah.
Like doesn't matter where you're from, doesn't matter who you are, like when you come in here and sit down, you have a good time. You know?
Exactly.
Like that's the place that I've wanted to build since day one. And
you did.
That's why people like you are here. That's why people like Jordan, Chancy, Katie, all 17 of us that are here, which is crazy that we have that many people now. But
I know.
that's why we're all here to build that experience, right?
I think this past year, and I don't know, I've been here for 15 years, but I think this past year the growth has been absolutely tremendous. Yeah. And I think it was especially the past, I think, 6 months, we really took it up a notch,
really
for sure. Yeah. When I first got here, it was 4 of us, 3 of us back there.
Maybe 3, 4 of us in the kitchen.
And now we have almost, I think we're 6 hiring another one.
Yeah,
so,
hiring another one.
I mean, it's just, it's mind-blowing.
It's nuts, dude. It's nuts. And the reviews online really show the same thing. Like, hey, we love this place because of the service and the hospitality. And, like, yeah, the food's good, but that's not the end game at the end of every day. It's, did we give the guests that came in here and sat down the best experience possible?
Exactly.
Right.
And I love that we push that, a lot of places I work at, get the food out faster, make more, we need to make more money, blah, 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 blah. And here it's more just about like, did you make sure they got that extra fry sauce that they asked for? You know what I mean? And it's like, man, I never really thought that small. Yeah. Something that I really look up to you in a way. You look at small as well. You're not just the guy who looks at that big picture of everything, it's the small things too. It's did you get that extra fry sauce on there? Do you have the fries cooked correctly, or whatever it is? And even not food, but just paying attention to those tiny little things are actually the biggest things in the restaurant.
Did you say hi to them when they walked in?
Yeah. What chairs they're sitting in.
Yeah.
What the room looks like.
Yeah. Did you call them by their first name after the second you learned it? Like, it's just that's the small, almost seemingly insignificant things.
That's the first thing I noticed here.
Yeah.
For sure.
The change. Right. Like it's cool. Big picture's amazing. Like I'm a big picture guy too. Like don't get me wrong. Like I have this massive vision for everything, but it's the small things, dude. Like you're talking about.
You can't have a big picture if you don't have the small pieces to put together, man. It's
Gotta have a
impossible.
foundation.
Yep. And you're building that now, with the people who work here, with me and Jordan and all these people. Like you're building this circle of like, all right, like these are my guys, these are my people. Now let's treat them well. Let's teach them what I want them to learn, and you're gonna help them. You're gonna help me. You're gonna help all these other people learn new stuff. And you're also going to help yourself, having a team that can run the store when you're not around. And
it's huge.
Yeah.
It's huge. I mean, being able to give you guys that ownership to like really kind of make it your own, right? Like providing that space for you guys is definitely something that I've learned in the last year recently, of just trusting a little bit more of like, hey, these guys know the experience. Like, they know exactly what we're trying to do here, and like watching you guys blossom and grow into that has been incredible. It's been cool to watch. Honestly.
It's crazy.
And it's cool to see that, like, people come here not for me, which is so fucking cool, right? Like, they come here and be like, where's Cameron? Where's Jordan? Where's Chancey? Where's Letitia? Like,
it's crazy.
Like, they come here for you guys. And that's, like, to me, that is the best compliment that could ever be given to me, is that the team that we have surrounded with us are the people that people are like, hey, these people are cool.
Exactly.
I love that. Like, that to me is so cool.
Yeah, I really love the way that we push each other too. That's really big. You push me to be better. I push you to be better. Like everybody here kind of includes each other in that growth. And we had a big meeting last night, and it wasn't a meeting where we were just
big stuffy meeting.
Yeah, it was us complimenting each other. Hey man, you're doing great. Like your employees need that, and something I really appreciate about this place is being noticed for the things that you do. Good and bad. Yeah. And we don't take those bad things to heart. We screw up and spill root beer in your boss's trailer, and you just move on, man.
Cam's not allowed to have root beer anymore.
Yeah, I'm not allowed in the trailer. But you move on, man. I've had problems with Jordan. I've had problems with Chancey.
Yeah.
I've had problems with the people I work with.
Absolutely.
But I did not carry that.
No.
We moved on.
We sat down, we talked about it, figured it out, and
Exactly.
you guys are closer because of it.
Yeah. So
that's cool.
I really love that, and I love the trust we have in each other as well. Someone can leave for a vacation, and you don't have to worry about who's gonna be there. We all have each other's backs. I'd come in any day of the week to help the people I work with, and I know they do the same most of the time. So
cool to have an experience when you can walk in and be like, I don't care who's working today because I like all of them.
Exactly, and it's not about work. It's about to me that I'm coming out and hanging out with my friends.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
It's true. Like it really
is,
man.
What it is. Yeah.
And it's definitely I've never had that experience anywhere else.
That's badass, dude.
Anywhere else.
Oh yeah.
Anywhere.
That's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear. Camera's still recording. That's good. Check it. Dude. So think of a time, like what restaurant, hotel, doesn't matter, like where you received the best hospitality that you've ever received. Like place, doesn't matter.
Can I give an example of the worst and the best?
Yeah, give me both.
We'll start with the worst.
Yes, please.
The worst experience I've ever had was here at a country kitchen in Ontario.
Really?
The worst experience I've ever had. And this is going to tie into the best experience. So
Okay.
I'll just throw that out there. I'm not just throwing it in there for no reason.
Okay.
The worst experience I ever had. So I'll give you kind of a vision. It was me, my girlfriend, and my baby. We go into this restaurant. It's Mother's Day. We're trying to have a good breakfast. I had to work that day, so we had a lot going on. So we only had time for some breakfast. So we go out to a country kitchen. We're like, let's have a little home-style breakfast. I walk in and the first thing I see is one waiter one waitress, sorry, and she is just running around like a chicken with her head cut off. No one's helping her. There's like cooks are coming out and serving the food. It's just chaotic, and I mean chaotic. And the poor girl just like comes up to us. You can tell she's just kind of like, not there. She doesn't want to be there.
Yeah.
And so she sits us down, gives us menus, and then right afterwards, this big table of around 10 to 12 people comes in, sits right down next to us. She gives them the menus, walks away. So the first thing I notice, and this is something I look for from being in a restaurant for a long time, how long is it going to take you to come up to me and ask me what I need? She walks over and goes straight to the table of 10 people, and they all order, right? Whatever. I'm not going to, I'm in food. I don't like to complain. That is my first rule of thumb, is when I go into a restaurant, the last thing I do, is walk in and start grilling people and complaining about everything. I hate those people. So I don't want to be those people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm just kind of looking at her like, are you fucking kidding me? I've been sitting here for like 10 minutes and you take their order first. I'm like going to be quick as hell. You could have just, and she hadn't even brought us drinks or anything yet.
Really?
Takes their order, comes over, hey guys, I'm sorry, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, it's all good. Do you guys need water or anything? Yeah, sure, I'll take coffee. So she goes away, brings us her water, forgets the coffee, right? And then she comes back to take my order. And so we order like 2 things, and I was like, oh, yeah, so what about that coffee? And she was like, you didn't ask me for a coffee. So I'm just like, why would you say that? Like,
oh, no.
And so we're getting there. So I order the food, and maybe 5 minutes later, they bring out that table of 10 people's food.
Wow.
And I got up and left.
Yeah.
They brought me the food, and I got up and left. Like, I'm not eating here ever again.
That's crazy.
So that worst experience isn't that the waitress was a dick. The worst experience was that how the hell are you...
Just didn't care.
Yeah, you got to care about every single person that's in there, even the dude that's sitting alone in a booth. You got to help him if he got sat down first. So anyways, it kind of ties into that best experience.
Okay.
I'd say this is going to sound crazy. Absolutely bonkers.
Let's hear it.
The best experience I had was at an Arby's.
As an Arby's?
At an Arby's.
Okay.
The best experience I ever had.
Really?
I met this guy at the counter, and he was I think he was autistic or special.
This is the best.
And he was so fucking happy to be there.
Yeah.
He was like, this is the best job ever. And I'm like, you know what, man? I walk up to the counter and he's yelling in my face and like, hell yeah, like, oh, you want that roast beef burger? That's it, sick, man. Like, it's the best thing I've ever had. I'm like, you know what, man? Hell yeah. And he's talking about how much he loves the curly fries and like all this stuff. He's like, that's my favorite, and he works at an Arby's part-time 2 days a week, and he is the happiest dude in the world. And he sat there and talked to me for 30 minutes straight about how much he loved his job and what he uses his money for. And like, I look at this guy and, I ask him, I'm like, and this is genuine. I literally asked him, I'm like, you know where you work, right? Like, he's like, yeah, but you know what? And I said, what? And he's like, I have a job. I'm like, wow, and it really like brought a piece of me. This is where a lot of that built for me, was that personality. Watching that guy do that, just like, and what's crazy is I walked away from the counter and he did the same thing to the next guy.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, like he just blew I'm like, someone's got to give that guy like a fat raise. that guy needs a very large portion of
give him
money.
his own store.
Yeah, because it just blew my mind, man. And I know it can be annoying. You're walking into a fast food place to just get your food and go.
You don't expect.
But nobody appreciates that guy at the front counter who is a little special, but he loves his job, man.
That's
and
cool. Those guys are the best.
It just warmed my heart,
Just have
dude.
an unbiased.
Yeah. It just
Happy.
warmed my heart, man. And he would, anything you need more napkins, you need this, the whole time. And
That's so cool.
that was years ago, but I still remember that guy. Every day it reminds me, like, be that way.
Be that guy.
That guy.
Be that guy. So
He
would
made
you
an
say
Arby's.
like the first experience that you had, would you say that's a person experience, and would you say that more often than not, like that's the experience that most people receive at restaurants nowadays?
What do you
And
mean,
places?
like that experience? And
Yeah.
no, I think that is missed so much. Like we've gone back to the drawing board several times about you can have the best food, but you can't. That I never see that anywhere I go, except very few places, and a lot of them are local places, little mom and pop shops, people who really love what they do.
Yeah.
And I think that's, what steered me away from a lot of the corporate bull crap, man, is really going back to remembering that dude at the Harveys. Being like, I want to be that guy. I want to love my job so much. He's got all the pins on his hat, and,
He
and
did all the certifications.
yeah,
and
he's
he
been there
loves
for
it.
5 years. I just, man, I thrive to be
Yeah.
something of that nature, and not necessarily making, working at an Arby's, but bringing that energy to
Bringing
other
that experience.
people. Yeah.
Like that
So I
guy-
think a lot of restaurants are missing far off the mark with that,
Yeah. Yeah. It's the experience, dude.
Yeah,
It
and
is.
we preached about it so much, and I always thought it was, oh, here goes Tyler again, preaching about hospitality, dude. Like, cool, we get
Yeah.
it. But I never really, appreciated that aspect of,
Yeah.
man, he's kind of fucking right. I don't want to admit it. I won't say it.
Of course not.
But he's right.
Dude, it's that experience. I mean, honestly, you in Arby's of all places that you walked into, and the dude just gave you the best experience of your life.
I was smiling when I walked in. I gave
Yeah.
that guy $50.
Yeah.
And he's like, no fucking way. This is bad. Like
Yeah.
what? I don't know, man. It
'Cause he
really just
cared
blew
about
my
it.
mind. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It really opened my eyes to say it doesn't matter where you are or where you're working. It matters how you act and what you bring to the table when it comes to your personality and stuff. So it really just opened my eyes to I don't care where I am. I'm still gonna be me. Still gonna do my thing, because that's what that guy did.
Yes.
He was himself, his authentic self, and I
He
could
was.
tell he was being himself.
That's cool, man.
That matters
Yeah,
a lot.
thank you for sharing those stories, dude. That's really cool.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people can learn from the first experience. Really, it just goes to show that the culture that you build from the top down and from the bottom up is so important.
The people are the
Yeah.
culture, not
Yeah.
the food.
Yeah.
Not the food, man.
The food's cool. Great. You can win awards all through food. But if somebody comes and eats that high dollar, high class food, and that waiter was a dick, they don't give two fucks how good that
Dude.
steak was.
It's true, and we could sell Velveeta mac and cheese with some bacon bits in it, and I guarantee every person in this room is still gonna fucking love it here.
Absolutely.
I promise.
Absolutely, because that's the goal, right?
Exactly.
We have a lot of changes coming up to elevate our food experience as well as our service experience, right?
Exactly.
Because we want to make sure that we are hammering on all points.
Mm-hmm. No,
we
it's
love
true.
we love our food. We have good food.
Yeah,
And we
we
want to go
do.
back to the drawing board and make sure that we have all the local ingredients. We have everything's handmade here in house, and then
Mm-hmm.
it just really shows in the love that we put into it, and then transfer that love to the guest.
Something I go back to that I think about that you've said. We
Yeah.
are not a restaurant. We are a destination. We are not a stop. We are a destination. People don't come here because they're going somewhere else. People come here because they're coming here.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So that's something that I've taken from you a lot, is remembering that we're not just a
We're not just
restaurant.
a restaurant on the
We're
side of
not
the
just a
road.
gas station. We're not just a convenience store. We are a staple. We are somewhere that people come here to eat our food and experience what everyone's talking about online or in person. And we've had people from all over come here.
Yeah,
so
they were just talking about the meeting last night. Chansey and Daleen both helped people from France, dude.
exactly. And
France.
so it's
Crazy.
it's wild, man. You'd never think about it,
Oh.
coming into this area, and it's a wasteland out here. It is
It
a
kind of
desert
is.
wasteland out
It
here.
kind of is.
So just experiencing something like this out here is
It's unique and rare.
cool, man. And I'm from far away too. I mean, it's not far away, but I'm
Yeah. Would
It's
you
the same
say
thing.
restaurants and places like that does hit the same in Portland?
sometimes there's a lot of this. This is gonna sound weird. There's a lot of little restaurants in the ghetto.
Okay.
That's where you're going to run into it, is the areas they tell you to stay away from.
Yeah.
Are really the ones where you're going to go in there and meet this little Chinese lady who's had the same restaurant for like 50 years.
Yeah.
And she's old as hell, and maybe the food's a little nasty, okay? It's a little gross. Maybe the bowls aren't washed all the way or something. You might get a little salmonella, but god damn it, does that lady just make your day.
Yeah.
You know, watching somebody do what they love. So there's a lot of places down there like that, but
That's awesome.
for the most part, I will say it's a lot of corporate.
Just corporate BS.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
there is, I mean, what's it called? Adam's Steakhouse.
Okay.
This isn't in Portland. This is in Salem.
Okay.
That place. You ever think you've had good barbecue? Go there.
Yeah.
I mean, these guys are veterans in the barbecue industry. They own a shop down in downtown Salem, down by the train station,
Yeah.
and they've been around for I think 100 years or
Wow.
something. It's insane. They hit 100
That's
years
cool.
like 6 years ago.
That's nuts, dude.
Something. I'm pretty sure we're talking about the same place. Don't quote me, but
Look it up.
I'm like 90%
Yeah,
sure.
look
But they have really good service, and it's a cool experience. Their bar is like they've got a lot of vintage signs around, and
like
they've
cool
got like the
nostalgia.
old classic picnic tables with the red checker. Like it's
Yeah.
just, and their food is
Old nostalgia. Kind of.
over the top, man. I mean, they go over the top with everything. So there's a lot of corporate places. There's a lot of really little mom and pop shop places.
Yeah.
And then there's a lot of in the middle places
Okay.
where it's a guy who's really successful.
Yeah.
Another place, word of mouth.
Word of mouth.
So this is going to be really interesting to you.
Yeah.
The way they built their business is by not advertising at all.
Yeah.
They don't tell you when they're open. They don't tell you,
That's crazy.
they don't have a website.
Yeah.
They don't have a thing on Google.
Wow.
It is a house in a little neighborhood that the people live upstairs,
Yeah.
and it is the busiest place on earth.
That's
I mean, lines around the block.
That's wild.
And just watching them, like, you know, they obviously now they have a website
They have
and they
everything.
have everything because they kind of started to
They
realize,
do.
like, shit, man, like,
This is a thing.
yeah, so they had to start making reservations and like stuff like
Yeah.
that because it just got too much and too
Yeah.
busy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But just like it was crazy, you know. That's why they called it word of mouth.
Yeah.
You only know about it if someone told you
Someone
about
told
it.
you. That's
So like watching that from a different business perspective of like,
Yeah.
like these guys didn't try. They just made good food and treated people good. And the kitchen was in the dining room.
Yeah.
Like they cooked the food in front of you
That's cool.
in like a little regular house kitchen.
yeah.
And
That's
they had this menu item called what they were famous for was called the Incredible Flying Biscuit, and it was 6 biscuits stacked on top of each other. Just
Damn.
big mound, you know.
Yeah.
And it's just,
Yeah.
you know, that's the kind of places that are in Portland. They're more, they're less mom and pop,
Unique.
and they're more weird.
Yeah.
It's just the oddest
You
places
could only
you'll
get
ever see.
this at this place.
Yep, you'll never get it anywhere else. The gravy
Yeah.
won't be the same. The biscuits won't be the
Yeah.
same. Nothing will be the same.
That's
So it's like,
that's cool.
yeah, there's a lot of cool little like hole in the wall places, kind of like that.
Yeah, that reminds me of a place in New York. I've never been here, but a lot of people reference this when they talk about like that word of mouth marketing and that experience. It's called Please Don't Tell, and it's
feel
a
like
speakeasy in a hot dog restaurant. Like, so they have a little hot dog like corner shack in New York, but you enter through this telephone booth,
Whoa.
and they
That's
have like
cool.
I don't know, they have like 12 seats or something in there. Like, it's super small, right? And like reservations open up at the same time every day at 4:00, and you have to call right then, otherwise you can't get a seat.
That's
So,
crazy.
and it's just a speakeasy, so you're just going to get drinks and cocktails, right?
Yeah.
But there's no signs, no like nothing about it, and the way you enter is through this little hot dog restaurant.
That is
'Cause
really sick.
the owners wanted to obviously make their hot dog restaurant busier, right? And so they kind of came up with this weird, like, if you know, you know, kind of thing. Just like you're
That's
talking about
cool.
that house of word of mouth, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's cool.
If you're ever in Salem, go check out Word of Mouth.
Yeah.
Place
Is
is
it- that's
awesome.
in Salem?
Yeah, that place is awesome.
That's sick. I'm gonna have to
Yeah,
do
it is. It is
Road
really
trip.
cool. No, it's really cool finding places like that. I wish there was
Yes,
more
more.
places like that.
that. Unique experiences.
Yeah, dude. I mean, there's so many different places like that in Portland that I've seen too. One of the things that people don't talk about a lot is the food truck experience.
It's huge there.
It's kind of like the staple.
That is,
you know.
Yeah.
And there was this one food truck, I can't remember. It's this little Mexican lady, old little lady,
Yeah.
and she runs it with her husband.
Okay.
And they don't tell you where they're gonna be. It's kind of that same thing. They don't tell you where they're
People are
gonna
running
be.
around the whole city trying to find them.
Yeah, and it's just wild. You know, they
Yeah.
made it into this this TikTok trend
Okay.
where like people would like try to go and find them. You know,
Yeah,
and they
post
drive
a
all over
picture
the
and
city.
be like, guess where we're at?
Yeah, because they made the best quesadilla in the whole area.
Yeah.
And so like it's just crazy to me, man. Like
That's cool.
being able to build a reputation like that, and not even be trying.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it's
cool.
just. I'm like, how? Like, you know, like we're
Yeah,
over here
that-
spending $500,000 on our reputation,
That's the age-old question.
and
yeah.
you're blowing it
Wow.
out of the water, you know,
Yeah.
and you're not even trying.
That's great.
It's just wild, dude.
It's wild.
It really
Yeah.
is.
We gotta find that one thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we've been searching for.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Well, that's cool too, because I mean, obviously, it speaks to the experience, right? The experience aspect of it. It's the cool like lure of the like, hey, I can only. This is one of one. Like the thing that you're experiencing right now, nobody else will ever get to experience again.
Exactly.
Right? Like, because it'll be different for the next person and the next person. So,
Mhm.
I think that's cool.
I think the diversity is cool too.
Yeah.
I mean, that is definitely something that I had to not step away from, but something I moved away from when I moved up here was just that, like,
Kind of a food desert out here.
being down there, man. I mean, like, you know, me and my girlfriend lived in this place up in the hills, really nice area of Portland. You walk down the street, and in this little house, there's an open sign. You don't know what the hell it is. You walk in, it's an Ethiopian restaurant.
Oh yeah. That's
Like,
crazy.
what?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Wild.
yeah, like right next to a smoke shop.
Yeah.
Next to a grocery store. Like, it just makes no
Yeah.
sense at all. But those
Yeah.
guys probably make a hell of a lot of money. You know what I mean?
Hopefully. Yeah.
So it's just
That's
crazy.
it. That's cool.
It
Yeah, that
is.
is different. I mean, we definitely our food scene lacks, especially in this area. I mean, Boise's definitely getting a lot better. Indian Creek, Caldwell, Napa, like it's getting better. But like the thing that I can think of the most, Indian Creek, honestly, that's like a fun little place where it has a bunch of little restaurants in there, and everybody's trying to push hard to give a good experience, and the food's really good most of the time. Yeah,
Indian Creek, huh?
Indian Creek,
I'll have to
Caldwell.
check that out.
Yeah, we go there a lot.
Really?
Because like the experience is cool and the vibe feels really legit.
Yeah.
We go to
The
this
vibes
brewery
matter.
called White Dog.
Okay.
Well, I love White Dog.
White
like,
Dog.
They have such a cool. They're burger place, right? But
Yeah.
they have like these hand breaded beer battered cheese curds that are money, dude. With like this
Really?
Russian fry sauce. Oh my god. so good. So good.
Yeah.
I love White Dog, and the service is great too. Like they're
Yeah.
very attentive to you, and they come up to you, talk to you, and ask you how your day was. And that's legit.
Let me ask you some questions. dude.
Yeah, far away, dude. Let's hear it.
Do you have a corporate, place or corporate company that you look up to in a way, on how to run your business, or do you try to stay away from that corporate aspect? Because I know that you're a big local guy. You're a big,
Yeah.
you love to stay local. But is there any businesses you think that are doing it right and doing it, something that you take away from them?
Yeah, that's a fantastic question because there's this one book that I read a lot, frequently, right? It's called Unreasonable Hospitality by Will Guidara. You guys have read it.
Read it. Great book, by the
I've
way.
read that book probably, I don't know, 10 times a year, dude. It's a lot. And he talks about running a place that's corporate smart and restaurant smart. And what he means by restaurant smart is like the local aspect. Like you're running it with hospitality forward in mind. Whereas a corporate side is running it from a systems procedure. Like how can we get the guests in here? How can we get them out fast? And how can we make the most amount of money, right? Maximize the profits for shareholders, whatever. Now, the corporate world is fantastic for the system side. Like, they're really, really good at that. Like, making sure that the prep lists are good, making sure that people that showing up on time, making sure, like, everything has its place. And the restaurant world, or the hospitality world, is really good at giving the guests an experience.
Making them come back.
It doesn't always make the most sense. They don't mesh always, right? Most of the time they don't, because oftentimes if you're trying to give the guests a really good experience, you're going against some kind of procedure or structure or some kind of thing to provide that experience, right?
Exactly.
So, like, the couple of companies that I kind of look up to kind of bring this full circle that I believe do both. Chick-fil-A, dude. I know a lot of people tout
They
this
do.
one, but Chick-fil-A hits it hard.
It's really
Like,
true.
it's a bunch of teenagers working in. You will never find this anywhere else. It's a bunch of teenagers working in a place where you walk in and every single one of them is happy. Every single one of them is, how are you today? What's going on? What are you doing after this? What kind of fun things are you getting into this weekend? And they're asking you questions, and they make sure if you miss something on your meal, they're like, oh my god, I am so sorry. Let me go grab that. Let me go find that. You know, let me fix that for you.
You never get your order wrong there. Ever.
Never. And if they do, they're fixing it.
Mhm.
They've taken responsibility and they're fixing it. They'll come up to your table multiple times like, hey, can I refill your drink? Can I grab this? Can I grab your trash out of your way? Like,
Of
they're
course.
just crushing it, right?
Yeah.
So, like, I think they do a really good job of allowing that space for people to create those hospitality type moments, and they have a lot of crazy good systems in place to, like, crank people in and out of that place, right? In-N-Out is also another one of those places, too, that does a lot of it. Have you
It's a
eaten
great
In-N-Out?
place. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
one in Salem.
You know, like, the burgers are...
All right.
They're good. I mean,
Yeah.
like, for what they are and for how cheap they are, like,
Yeah,
they're not
of
bad.
course.
They're not bad at all. But, like, what you go in there for is, like, kind of the nostalgia, and the people at the front counter are there to
Mhm.
help you, and they're walking around making sure you got what you need. Like, it's the same aspect. You know?
Yeah.
I think those two places kind of really, like, what I, like, model after in a sense of, like, the corporate world, right? But Will Caldera, and, like, I've been in a lot of hospitality conferences, and there's a few restaurants that are, like, huge restaurants, like Madison and 11th Madison and Park
Okay.
in New York, right? That do crazy big business, but they have that. That's where Will Caldera got his start from, basically. That's how they built these systems and this hospitality, like, status. So,
Yeah.
I follow a lot of what he does. Preston Lee, he runs the 30% rule. Like, he's helped a bunch of 300 plus restaurants go from
I
zero
know
to hero.
Preston Lee is, yeah.
Yeah, and so that's pretty cool. So I follow a lot of his stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, and I do gotta, commend you for that. You really show that. You mentioning your idols, and not idols, but
Yeah.
people you
Yeah,
look
we-
up to. I can tell.
Yeah.
Hard. The way that you split the business with the hospitality. Both matter,
Yeah.
but both are very different,
Very
and very different in importance, and very different in procedures and
Yeah.
policies, and
Yeah.
hospitality is kind of throwing the procedures and policies out of the window a little bit.
It is.
And
100%.
making the people happy. Who cares what they want? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But the business side
Yeah.
is implying those policies and things to be able to help it run properly. Because you can't.
Yeah.
You got to still run the store properly. So I do commend you for that.
Thank you.
Watching you combine the two, and I've never seen someone do it smoothly.
Right.
So you're the first person I've ever seen do that smoothly.
I don't know if it's smooth, but
I think it is. Thank
you. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's at Ritz Carlton. They're kind of like the pioneers for all of this. Like the
Okay.
hotel brand, like the fancy,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
luxurious
yeah.
hotel brand.
The Ritz. Yeah.
They kind of pioneered this with the guest experience. So they were having back like the 1900s, like early when Ritz Carlton got its start. I don't remember like exact dates, but they were having a lot of problems with like the experience, and like the employees were leaving all the time, and the guests were having like just a bad time in
Mm.
general. And so what they came up with was a team member was allowed to spend up to $2,000 to fix somebody's problem.
Wow.
And they have a bunch of stories around like where a lady left her Louis Vuitton purse in the thing, and so they overnighted it to her in like this fancy
Wow.
package and stuff, like so they allowed them to spend up to $2,000 to fix somebody's problem. Like most of the time they're only spending like $100 to ship
Yeah,
something
yeah,
out
yeah.
or whatever. But like the whole idea was to go above and beyond for that guest. Somebody
Yeah.
that left their fancy watch, got a scratch on their fancy car, like they were able to fix it and take ownership for it, and then provide that guest with that one-of-one
Yeah.
hospitality experience, right? With still having the systems. Could we make a shit ton more money if we just charged a lot more for our food and like cranked out a lot more stuff? Yeah, 100%.
A
dude.
lot.
But like I push back a lot of the times on raising prices, and like because I really don't want that to be what we're known for. Like
Mhm.
we need to charge what we need to charge to give that experience, and sometimes you have to charge a little bit more to pay the people to
Exactly.
give that experience, right? Like,
Yep.
and that's what a lot of people don't realize. Like, you can't do it on a shoestring budget most of the time. But Dude, I don't know. I want to provide that experience for the guests. Like,
And you do.
I want to make sure that people that come here have a good time, and I want to take that and replicate it.
Yeah.
Like as much as I can. Like open that RV park with the badass restaurant on the water somewhere, and every guest that stays there, you have a unique experience when you come.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter what we do. Like even with this podcast, with the hospitality project, right? Like being able to share these stories with people like us coming up through the ranks or owning their own business or in something
Yeah.
that they can take these pieces away that we've worked on and built over the years and be like, oh yeah, I'm going to implement that and like have an outsized impact on their business and their company and just the guest experience in general.
Yeah. Did you ever see yourself, it's a gas station, a convenience store, a tap house, a restaurant, a fish and game license place. How do you keep the hospitality in every aspect of what we do? Because that's something I've always wondered, working here, being around here is like, how are you able to come up with a hospitality, ring of people who treat everyone the same? It just blows my mind, and no matter what experience you're coming in here for, I just always wonder how you were able to implement that into, working in a gas station and working in a restaurant. Like they're so different,
They don't
but
match.
so,
None of it matches, right? Like none of it should make sense. Like you selling a fish and game licenses where you can go, hunt and shoot your own elk, into having like a good burger and come out here and enjoy some live music and at the tap house. Like there's just so many different unique experiences here at this store that it shouldn't make sense on paper, right? But honestly, it comes back down to you guys. Like you guys, and I think like this year has really shown that we've been able to create a team, because I can't do it all by myself. Like this place is too big. The footprint of this place is too large for one person to cover reasonably.
Yeah.
And give a guest that experience. Like we're sitting in the tap house, which is 40 yards away from the front counter.
Yeah.
Like there's no way somebody can cover that much distance and
Not at all.
give somebody a good experience, right? And so it really just comes down to the team, and you guys. And like I've taken obviously a lot of notes and gained a lot of knowledge from like my idols and stuff of how to build experience. And it doesn't matter what it is. You can be filling up outside and you can hear my voice pop up on the thing. Like,
Exactly.
Hey, how's it going? We got these specials going on this week. Or it's the Mic'd Up with Cameron videos where people are we're just having a chill conversation while you're showing them like the food that we're cooking this week. Like,
Right.
It just comes down to helping people fall in love with us, right? Like that way they come back time and time again, which is obviously good for our bank account, but it's also incredible for them too, that they can have an experience and create a memory someplace. Like they can bring their family here and sit down and create memories with their kids. Like, oh my gosh, I remember coming here and my kids were sliding on the slide and we listened to that guy who was singing live music and
I've
we
heard
had the
that so
best
many
burger.
times.
Cameron came out and talked to us while we were having his burrito. Like, it's just like to me, like it's always been the vision, right? Always been the vision. From the day that I started the restaurant, I just loved like giving people that experience. I loved watching somebody take a bite of a burger and going, this is the best thing that I've ever seen. And then going up there and talking to them and asking how their day was and like, just really giving them that one-of-one experience. Like it just, to me, it's always been the goal, right? And I think obviously it's taken a lot of time. It's 10 years to get to this point where we can have the gas station, the restaurant, the grocery store, and everything, and everybody is on the same level. Like Chancey and all the girls up front are crushing it when it comes to giving people the experience up front.
Yeah.
Hey, how's it going? Welcome into the store. Like, what kind of fun things are you doing today?
Right.
Yeah, you want to order some food? Hell yeah. What can we get you today? There's our special,
Yeah.
With the hell yeah sauce.
Hell yeah, dude.
Hell yeah, dude. And then it translates back to you guys in the kitchen, where you guys aren't necessarily guest facing, so a lot of people can't always see you guys, but they feel it in your food. They feel it when they take a bite of that burger. They feel it when they see something for the first time or see you guys on social media. Like the quality, the experience shows through that, right? So you guys have a more outsized effect than you realize, being in the kitchen and not always being guest facing, right?
Yeah.
And then in the tap house, it's Letitia, taking the reins and making sure that the guests have everything that they need, making sure when they come in here and sit down that they have that unique one-of-one experience.
Right.
So, and it's like you and Jordan coming out here and talking to people while you guys are on your round, doing your rounds and stuff with the guests, and like eventually we're gonna start doing pop-ups and stuff, so you guys can we can really bring that experience to people. So I don't know, man. It's just kind of a thing. It's
I
a
have
combination.
one
of
more
all
question.
knowledge. Yeah.
One more question.
Okay.
Because this, this started with your dad's dad.
Yeah.
This
Grandma,
kind of
yeah.
just
Yeah.
rolled into. Did you feel any sort of like? It's kind of a two-part question, but did you feel any sort of pressure taking the reins from somebody who is very stapled here? I mean, everyone knows your dad. Everyone loves him. Like. He is, he built the store a little bit, and then you kind of launched it. Did you feel any kind of like pressure into coming into that and kind of holding the standard of what he does, but also being able to bring a new environment into it? And do you feel any pressure to pass it down to your kids or your employees or people that that you want to run it later? Do you feel any pressure like both ways, like coming into it and going out of it?
Yeah, that's a solid question, dude. You should be the host of this podcast. Come on, man.
You got podcasting.
That's a fantastic question. Do I feel pressure? Yeah, every day.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter. I mean, grandma started it. They took it over in 1984, right? And my parents bought it from them in 99. And then my dad ran it for 22 some odd years, 23 years. And I took it over and bought it in 2022. Was the pressure there? 100%. I mean, you hear a lot of statistics and see a lot of stats about third generations completely bombing and destroying the family business, right?
Yep.
And so I had that a little bit in the back of my mind, but I also had a little bit of confidence to say, like, I think we can make this better, like, and take the foundation that my parents and grandparents have built and layer in the restaurant, layer in the tap house, layer in the experience, because my dad's the most hospitable guy that I know. Like,
Coolest guy ever.
the dude that is literally out there jumping somebody's car battery because it died,
and working the front counter.
and
at
working the
same
front
time.
counter at the same time. Like, that is like, that's where obviously I learned my thing. And my dad's been super cool throughout this whole experience. Like, has not ever once been like, well, I think you should do this, or I think you should do that. It's always been like, hell yeah, buddy.
Let me help you.
Hell yeah. How can I do that? How can I help you?
So you think
And-
he tied into that a little bit?
No,
just,
100%, dude. My dad 100% has tied into everything that we've done here. And, like, we definitely couldn't build half the shit around here if it wasn't for Jimmy. Right? But that tap house right here behind us, that was
He
Jimmy.
built it. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Jimmy and I were out there slaving away on it. And I
Yeah.
was mostly just being like, hey. And he's like, hand me this tool.
Pretty much,
Yeah. That
Sounds
dude
like you.
is a friggin' machine, man.
Yeah.
But no, he never wanted to have something crazy big. He wanted to be that little country store and like run it to the best of his ability. Like, that was his goal. He wanted to do the same thing. He was the guy that always gave the experience and said hi and talked to people when they came in the store, but he never wanted it to be any more. He didn't want the headache of running the team and like being out there on social media. And that was the kind of the piece that I felt like was missing when I started the restaurant, was kind of trying to figure out how to layer it all in together, right?
Yeah.
And so that's where I saw where I could fit in and where I could differentiate myself and not just run the same store that he did.
Yeah.
Because if I would have just run the same store he did, we probably wouldn't be here talking today, right?
Yeah.
And not to discredit anything that he built, but it's just, it had to be different in a sense to kind of go
If you
to
wanted
a
to grow.
different level,
Yeah.
right? Like, he took it very far. Like, he put a lot of time and effort into this place that did not go unnoticed by any means, but it definitely laid the foundation for what we're doing today.
Yeah.
So,
And do you feel like, with that second part of the question, do you
Yeah.
feel pressure to like pass it down and keep it where it's at, or do you see yourself one day, kind of letting go and being like, all right, I built this,
Yeah.
I made the money I want to make,
Yeah.
I built what I wanted to build, like, it's time for me to let this go, like,
that's a good question.
like, I'm not asking, for a future, like,
Yeah.
what's going on,
Sure.
but do you plan on keeping it with your kids and keeping it, if that's what they want, obviously?
Yeah,
but,
if you build something really good, why get rid of it?
Exactly.
Why sell it? Why, especially if you love it every single day? And right now, I absolutely love it. I'm 10 years deep, and I still feel the motivation to get up and feel the drive to create a better experience and to take it further, right? To go to multiple locations and do different things, do the podcast. And I don't know if I feel pressure to... The pressure that I feel, and this is kind of strange, is the pressure I feel is I don't want to be known as the guy that just stayed here for 40 years, right? Like you were talking about earlier. I don't want to be just known as the guy like, oh, he ran a good store, but he didn't go anywhere in life.
Yeah.
I don't want to be known as that guy, and that's kind of more my pressure. Like, I would love it if my kids wanted to take this over and run the company and do the things. Like, I think that would be super sick, and they'll definitely be in here. They'll be sorting cans. They'll be, burning boxes. They'll be working in the kitchen, flipping burgers. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, they're gonna still be a part of that experience, and if they decide, like, hey, this is sick, I want to do this for a living. Boom, money. Sick.
Yeah.
But if they don't, no, I'll help them into whatever they need to. And I carry that mindset into everybody in this place. Like, I know not everybody here is going to be here forever. You're not going to have a chance that's going to stay here for 40 years. Like,
Yeah.
you might only be here for 5 years. But, like, my goal is that I made the experience the best that it could be while you were here, and that you could take that into somebody else's place or take it into your own thing,
Yeah.
right? Like, that you can build your own experience off of that because of what I was able to help you learn and teach you, right? And guide you into that, because I think I would be a bad boss, bad person if I didn't, like, help people find what they wanted to do with their life, right? Like,
Yeah.
I found what I wanted to do, and so if I could help somebody else find what they wanted to do, that's kind of where my
Yeah.
purpose, passion lies.
Yeah, and you own a lot of people's dream. A lot of people have a dream of owning their own bar where their friends can come in after hours and hang out, and owning a store where if you ever need eggs or something, you can just kind of walk in and take them. Like, you own a lot
fill
of...
up at the gas station.
Yeah, you own a lot of people's dreams, which I think is really cool and inspiring, just watching you, blossom. I've seen you grow in the past year. I've seen your kid grow in the past year. I've seen
pretty wild.
your family and
Yeah.
everybody. It's just wild, man.
You too, man.
I really, it's inspiring.
Thank
it really
you.
is.
Yeah, I think everybody here has grown a lot. Like, I think we've all had to grow together as a
sure.
team. Like, we've gone through a lot of hardships together, a lot of bad systems in place, right? Like, we had to go back to the drawing board and redo everything, right?
Mhm.
Redo the hiring, how we hired people and who we hired, and like how we cook the food, what we cook the food in, where does this food get sourced, like how can we... And so we've gone back to the drawing board on a lot of things, and we're going back to the drawing board kind of on the menu again. And it's like, it's just this constant need for innovation and for growth, and for just why we read the books that we read, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's so we can pass that knowledge down to other people. Like, we can take that high school kid that's never had a job before and turn them into something crazy good.
Yeah.
And then they take that to the next place. They take it to their own place. They take it to school. They take it,
So are you looking more to be that central piece of information where instead of people coming here, well, that's also useful, people coming here and bringing stuff from other places.
Yeah.
But are you looking to be that guy where, like, you're the one who gave them the knowledge, them the experience to bring to another place? In a way, it feels like you're kind of like changing the world in a way, is like sending people off with this
mindset
expectation
and knowledge. I kind of do like to be that guy, just like Chick-fil-A does, right? Like,
Yeah.
they teach people this certain mindset of caring and the knowledge of wealth and like all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I would love to be that person that enacts change. Like, even if I never make it to that next place and I only have a team of 30 people, like, but I influence those 30 people to the best of my ability, and that they are influencing their own people and they're influencing their own people, and so, like, it just creates a change, right? A chain reaction of people taking this knowledge and helping them. And, like, obviously I'm just one guy. Like, it's not on me, right?
Mhm.
I think that it takes a team to kind of put all this stuff on. Like, it takes you guys. It takes me being able to share with you guys, and you guys sharing with somebody else, and us working together. Be like, hey, I don't know if that kind of fits, and we can kind of be like, okay, well, like, here, let's figure it out, and then we kind of create something better. And I didn't do it on my own. Like, I definitely learned my lesson trying to do it myself.
Didn't work.
Doesn't work.
No.
Fuck no, it doesn't work,
It
dude.
doesn't
Like,
work at all,
you
man.
burnt out, you're running hard,
Ugh.
you're not making any money. Like,
Yeah.
it's tough, dude. But it's so much. I will say it's definitely a lot harder short term to go with other people, to teach other people and to help other people, because it's an investment.
Yeah.
It's a time investment. It's a every day you're, working on one little thing with that person to help get to that next level, right?
Yeah.
But that's something that pays dividends over time. It gets easier. Like, now that we have kind of a culture established, it gets really easy to hire somebody, because now we can be like, that person fits, or
Yeah.
fuck no, this person doesn't fit. Let's get them
Yeah.
out of here.
And you're doing it, with a team and not by yourself. That ties into that. Like,
Massive.
now you don't have to sit down with that person. You can trust your employees,
Yeah.
your managers, your team to kind of help push the same thing, because, you build a team of people who have that same mindset, that same vision. I think that was really important for you,
Yeah,
For sure.
I love that, dude. Well,
Hell yeah, dude.
I think we beat it up.
I think we beat it up, dude. Hell
I
yeah.
like it, dude. Yeah. Well, thank you for being on today, brother. I appreciate it. I
Anytime, any
appreciate
day,
your
dude.
insight, and I appreciate the difference in opinions and the difference in like how you came up, and like being
Yeah.
able to share like how you grew and came up through the ranks and stuff. And so I really
Yeah.
appreciate the insight, dude.
For sure, man.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely.
So let me
This
talk,
is the Hospitality Project. Again, this is Cameron from Very Own Rock Store. Let's go.
Best place on
Peace
earth,
out.
man.
Thanks, guys.